Hi, ladies. How are you today? So, we are going to be talking about money maps today. I think it's really important to talk about money maps. And the reason why is because I always get the questions of, well, how do I know how much I should make as a freelancer? How much, should I be charging? And we go through all of that in my 6-week starter guide course. But I wanted to just kind of give a quick little overview of what my process was of how I figured it out. So the first step is figuring out what your budget is. So a lot of times people don't figure out what their budget is, and that's one of the most important things. So I took a little screenshot here of a piece of the freelance starter guide of what we go over, and this is what I have my students do is figure out their budget. So how much is your rent and your mortgage? How much are you spending, on gas or transportation, your utilities, your food bill? Are you spending money on healthcare costs? Anything at all, you should be putting it down. So that's your minimum needed. And so obviously, if you are in a dual income house, you should be including how much income is actually coming in from the other person. If you're a single parent house, then obviously just focus on what you are bringing in. And so then what the difference between the minimum needed versus the goal earnings is that you don't want to just have enough money just to pay the bills and have no money left over because you're just literally working to live then. So you want to have that cushion room. You want to include that travel fund and that emergency fund and a savings fund. Maybe you guys are saving for a house. Maybe you just want a savings fund for retirement or for your kids' college fund. Whatever it is, you want to put in all of that padding room. So now, whatever your goal earnings amount is, with everything that you have to pay for, plus your emergency funds and all of those things, that's the number down here. Let's say it's 6,700. Whatever that is, that's how much you need to be taking in order to reach what your goal amount is. So for today, I am going to use just a fictitious example. I'm not going to actually put my goals down, my financial goals or anything, but I am going to use my services as an example. So let's just say you need, based on what your income goals are and your finances, you did your budget, based on all of that, you need to make $60,000 a year. Okay, let's just say, hypothetical. Well, you're going to break that down into a monthly goal. So break that down from 12 months, that equals $5,000 per month. So then you need to look at your income sources. So you need to determine what are your income sources. So do you have one income source? Does that mean you are providing one type of service and you need a certain number of clients? Or do you have multiple different income sources, meaning you do affiliate marketing for other companies in addition to taking on clients? Or let's say you have clients and then you also, work for a company where you sell their products. Whatever it is, incorporate all of those different income sources. So as an example, my income sources are, I have my clients where I do social media management as well as I work as a virtual assistant. And then in addition, I have my my online school. So all of these are hypothetical numbers, but I'm just kind of giving you some guideline and examples. So let's say based on this monthly number that I need to get to, I would need to make $1,000 in my online courses Plus, I have a membership program, so I would need $100 per month from that. I would need $200 from the additional marketing that I'm going to be doing with my online school. And then based on that, so let's see how much that is. That is 12, so that's 1,300 right there. So then based on that, depending on the packages that I put together, I would need a minimum of 3 clients. So I would need a client that took one of my $1,000 packages, a client that took my $1,500 package, and a client that took my $1,200 package. So that is kind of a great way to visualize and just to break things down. And it's going to take a little time because you're going to keep having to kind of divide and, restructure the numbers based on what your goals are, based on how many clients you actually want to take on versus how many you need to take on. Because obviously taking on less clients is better because it's less chaotic and it's just easier. So are you able to charge a little bit more and take on less clients? So that's something for you to think about. And so then the last part is, that's all well and good. Okay, let's make $60,000, let's make $100,000, let's make $20,000, whatever your particular goal is. That sounds all well and good, but where's that money going? Okay, so if we go back to our first slide, you're going to want to figure out, okay, how much of that money is going to be going towards just the minimum needed, just your bills, just the rent and mortgage, just the transportation, utilities, all of that fun stuff. And then are you going to be able to have any left over for this section, for that emergency fund, for the travel fund, the savings fund, all of those reasons why we became freelancers, so we could actually kind of do what we want, right? So then we come back over here and we're going to figure out, okay, so this amount is going towards my bills. This amount is going towards my savings. This is going towards your marketing budget. And yes, you need to figure out if you need to have a marketing budget. Okay, so how much should you be spending? Well, it depends on how big you want to get. It depends on how much you need to be scaling. So that should be a percentage of your income. Or even if you in particular aren't going to be doing the marketing yourself, you should at least have somebody else be putting that money aside for maybe somebody else to handle it and outsource it. For your savings, you want to think about your IRA, your college funds, the rainy day fund in case something goes on the house, or the car, which it will, and then your vacation fund and whatever else. So it's good to actually have an idea of where your money is going, because if you don't, then it just gives off a bad vibe. You know what I mean? Like if you just feel like you're working just to pay bills and you don't really have a sense of where your money is going otherwise, you just feel like you're working just to work and just to pay bills. And that's not a good feeling. So I definitely recommend just figuring out where that additional money is going outside of bills. And that's also going to help you envision your future goals of where you want to take your business, how you want to scale your business, what's realistic, and how you need to tweak your marketing packages and your client offerings. Do you need to offer more services? Do you need to link up with other people in order to kind of have a more robust package and charge more? So these are all things that you should be thinking about and kind of trying to figure out. If you have any questions though, please feel free to reach out anytime and comment below. If you're watching it live, just comment live. If you're watching the replay, just write #replay and let me know if this was helpful and what other questions you have. So I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.